it's your girl Bae coming to you yet again with another head wrap tutorial. This one is going to be for the up head wraps. Now, a lot of people, a lot of sisters, and even some brothers have been wondering how in the earth did Erykah Badu get her head wraps the way that she got them, especially with that height. So, for those of you who don't have hair, I'll show you how you get that look. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. If you are short like me, of course, we got to cheat the game. But if you have braids, you can pull your hair up and make a bun. If you have locks, whether they're sister locks or traditional locks, or faux locks or Senegalese twists, you just need to get the hair up high into a bun. So you want to just pull your hair up here onto the crown of your head and wrap it around and pin it down. Okay, it's easy for some of you, but there's some of us, we don't have that. So with that being said, you got to go to your hair supply store, and in the section where they sell the do-rags, you will see a man. Okay, I've always seen a brother on his packaging. You will see a brother with something where his hair, his locks are hanging through. So some people call it a dreadlock sleeve or so, but you want to get you one of these, and you can find it in any hair supply store, and it will be near the bonnets, definitely near the do-rags. But again, it's a African American man, and he's got the locks. So you want to get you one of these. Now, this is a trick that you all you short sisters can do to get that up look. You need to get you one of these. So I'm going to call it a dreadlock sleeve. You then need to make sure that if your hair is short, that you can either mold it down or you can just leave it curly, however you choose to. Then you're going to need to get you material. Okay, and as you see, I have a lot of material. The more material you have, the higher the wrap will be. So you got to be mindful of that. Also, if you're driving, you don't want your head wrap too high that you get in the car, you can't move and it hurts your neck. So be very careful with how high you stack on the inside with the stuffing. Okay, in here I'm going to use material. Some people will tend to stuff this with like extra weave hair, old wigs, or whatever. Choice is yours. Stuff it with whatever you choose, but me personally, I like to use the head wraps, the extra material. So let's get started. Then you always have the one head wrap that is quite large. So I'm going to open this up. You've probably seen this in one of my previous videos with a shorter wrap. But again, I'm going to open it up because I need this to cover up some things. So we're going to get the layer effect because we're going to have a couple of different colors and so forth. So first, you put your stocking on. Some people will say your stocking cap, your do-rag. This was something that I used when I worked at FedEx. So never mind the FedEx symbol because I'm not advertising them. But in case somebody see them like, oh, what is that? You'll know what it is. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this up, as you see, because I want enough so that I can stuff, okay? Because I'm going to stuff down in here. Why am I stuffing? Because I don't have any hair, okay? So for this, you can leave the ears covered if you choose to. If you don't, then I just simply take my material, and some people will just stuff it straight down in. You can do that, but again, you got to make sure that you have a mirror in front of you so that it doesn't look super bulky. So you can stuff it straight down in. For me, I always do one stuffing. Okay. Now that we have that stuffed and it's kind of in place, I don't need the extra material. You want to just make sure that this lays accordingly. So because this for me is high enough, I don't need to add extra stuffing. All of my head wraps are different materials. So I apologize that I cannot quote to you the measurements of my materials. I recycle my material. If I come to your house and you say you're going to throw something away, no, give it to me. I'm recycling. I'm going to make a head wrap out of it or something useful so that it goes towards my head wrap look. So now that I'm stuffed, I have my height, I know where I'm going. I'm going to take my other head wrap. I'm going to open it all the way up. Be careful when you make the adjustment because this is going to shift on you. So as you see now, I've got it exactly how I want it to be. So yet again, get this behind my ears. And you can either cover the do-rag or you can tuck it. Choice is yours. And you're going to come in the front. You want to come up, either if it's your stuffing or your bun. Cross and around. Okay? And check it and make sure that it's not lopsided. Then, in the back to secure it. Again, you don't want to do a knot too tight because of what? Your pressure points. You can continue, because this is lengthy, you can continue knotting it up, and then whatever's left over, tuck it. Just find somewhere to tuck it. Okay, so that's one. Come over to the other side. And me, I always flip my knot forward. As you've seen, it was hanging down. I like to push mine up because for me, this is where my pressure point is back here on me. We all have one, but when I do my up wraps and that knot is coming downward on my pressure point, it hurts ungodly and causes a massive migraine. If you feel that you start getting a migraine, your wrap is just too tight. You need to take it off, re-wrap it, and start over. So I'm just trying to make adjustments. And voila, you now have a up head wrap. And I know that my color is showing, but normally on a different day, I would have on something where it all matches. But for the purpose of the tutorial, I want you to see how to get the wrap. Then if you want, sisters, you can take a little earring, a little posted earring, a stud rather, and start poking in solid materials, or you can do the braid clasp and you can clip them on if you can manage to get them. But here is a up wrap. And again, 2 fingers, my 2-finger rule. See how that evenly slides over? So we now know that I don't have a headache. So depending on how fun size you are, how thick your fingers are, 1 finger or 2, and see how I can evenly just go around. That's telling me that my head wrap is not too tight. If you pull it too tight, you will have a headache. You can take Tylenol, you can take Motrin, you can take whatever headache medicine, but to get true relief from it, you need to unravel and loosen up your knots. But that is your up wrap. And you just want to make sure that, again, if you are using stuffing and not your hair, that you go through and you kind of just play with it and make sure that it feels right and that it doesn't look bulky and out of place. And here I can feel that it's out of place. So what does that mean? You can either try to make adjustments by pulling at it to make it kind of slide it over, or you take the whole thing off and you start all over, and make sure that when you get here that it doesn't have that gap feeling. And that is your up wrap. So I hope this helps. Make sure that you wrap it up.